I was a last-minute substitute PETA. The putter girl who once bullied me recognized me. I walked into my old high school as an emergency substitute teacher yesterday. The girl who once made my life hell didn't recognize me part until I paired her with the shy student everyone ignores. 10 years ago, I was Acne Andrea, the scholarship student with thrift store clothes and severe cystic acne. Morgan Williams was the queen bee who orchestrated a fake prom invitation, then made sure everyone was recording. When I showed up at the restaurant alone, I left that town the day after graduation, reinvented myself at college, found the right dermatologist, and built confidence through my literature degree. A job offer brought me back last month, paired teaching college courses online while finishing my PhD. When the high school called desperately needing a same-day substitute for senior English, I almost declined. Then I saw the classroom assignment, room 237, the exact room where Morgan had once loudly read my private journal entries she'd stolen from my backpack. I told myself I was being ridiculous. What were the odds she'd even be connected to this school anymore? Then I checked the teacher's notes and saw her name, Morgan Williams, Politically Assistant, Senior Work Study Program. My stomach dropped as I entered the classroom. There she was, pale and still beautiful now, more polished, helping distribute papers. She glanced at me without a flicker of recognition. Why would she? The shy, actiony, scarred girl was now a confident woman with clear skin and expensive glasses instead of the drugstore frames she'd once mocked. Miss Williams, thank you for your help, I said evenly. Her eyes met mine with professional courtesy, nothing more. The lesson plan called for pairing students for a project on The Great Gatsby Parent, analyzing how characters judge each other based on appearance versus reality. The teaching assistant was supposed to help by moving between groups. Actually, I said, making a split-second decision. Miss Williams, I'd like you to pair with Eliza for this exercise. I pointed to a quiet girl in the back corner who reminded me painfully of myself, pair and hunched shoulders, eyes down, clearly used to being overlooked. I am usually just here to assist, not participate. I believe in full classroom integration, I replied with a smile. As Simond anticipates, throughout the class I watched Morgan awkwardly trying to engage with Eliza, who responded with one-word answers during their presentation. Morgan did most of the talking while Eliza stared at the floor. After dismissal, I asked Morgan to stay behind. I noticed Eliza barely contributed to your discussion. She's just shy, Morgan said defensively. Not everyone wants to participate, or perhaps she's never been given the chance, I replied. Sometimes people are quiet because they've learned their voices don't matter. Morgan's forehead creased. With all due respect, you've been here one day. I've been at this school 4 years, and before that, I asked quietly, were you always the teaching assistant, or were you ever the queen bee? Her expression shifted. What do you mean? I mean, did you ever make someone feel so small they stopped trying to be seen at all? She stared at me, recognition slowly dawning. Andrea, she whispered. I smiled. Tomorrow's lesson is on empathy literature. I'd like you to work with Eliza again, but this time your goal is to make sure her voice is heard at least as much as yours. Morgan's face flushed. I didn't. I never thought. That's precisely the point, I said, gathering my papers. 10 years ago, you never thought about what it might be like to be Eliza, or me. Tomorrow's your chance to show you've learned something since then. This morning, the principal called asking if I could continue substituting for the rest of the semester. I accepted. I don't want revenge on Morgan. You took her face as she recognized me was enough. What I want is for Eliza to discover what I learned. Too late, Port, that the people who make you invisible only have that power if you believe you deserve to be unseen. Sometimes going back to where you were broken isn't about confronting old bullies. It's about finding the person still sitting in the corner, showing them they deserve to be heard.